Arthur Fleck is back in Joker Folie à Deux, and his story is about to plunge into even darker depths as he faces trial, battles his own mind, and reconnects with Harley Quinn. Arthur's journey is filled with shocking twists and intense moments. Get ready for a wild ride as we see what unfolds in this gripping story. Arthur Fleck is locked up at Arkham State Hospital, waiting for his trial for crimes he committed 2 years ago. His lawyer, Marianne Stewart, plans to argue that Arthur has a condition called dissociative identity disorder, meaning it was his Joker side that committed the crimes. During a music therapy session, Arthur meets a woman named Harleen Lee Quinzel. She tells him she grew up in the same neighborhood, had a rough life with an abusive father who died in a car crash, and even went to prison for burning down her parents' apartment. Lee is also a huge fan of the Joker's actions and his wild personality. At a movie screening, Lee causes a fire, and she and Arthur get caught trying to escape. Arthur is thrown into solitary confinement, but Lee manages to visit him. She tells him she's being released to keep her away from his influence, but promises to be there for his trial. Later, during an interview with TV host Patty Myers, Arthur sings a song for Lee through the screen, making her feelings for him even stronger. On the day of Arthur's trial, Assistant District Attorney Harvey Dent brings in witnesses who say Arthur isn't actually insane. During a break, Marianne drops a big reveal. Lee wasn't who she said she was. She was actually a psychiatry student from a wealthy neighborhood, and her dad, a doctor, is still alive. Turns out Lee checked herself into Arkham and never burned down any apartment building. When Arthur confronts her, Lee admits she made up those stories just to get close to him. She also reveals she's pregnant from their night together, and even moved into his old apartment building hoping they can start a life together. At his trial the next day, Arthur decides to dismiss his lawyer Marianne and defend himself. Assistant District Attorney Harvey Dent brings Arthur's former co-worker Gary Piddles and his neighbor Sophie DeMond to the stand before resting his case. Arthur, clearly shaken by Gary's testimony, doesn't put up much of a defense, though he does call out the Arkham guards, hinting they treat him badly. When he's taken back to Arkham, the head guard Jackie Sullivan and 2 others take him to the showers as payback, where they act aggressively toward him. Another inmate, Ricky, tries to step in to defend Arthur, but Jackie reacts by attacking Ricky. In his closing argument the next day, Arthur, feeling completely defeated, decides to give up his Joker identity and take full responsibility for everything he's done. Lee furious with his choice, and she storms out of the courtroom. The jury soon finds Arthur guilty of murder. Just as the verdict is read, a car bomb goes off outside the courthouse, injuring many people and badly scarring half of Harvey Dent's face. Amid the chaos, 2 of Arthur's followers step in and help him escape. Arthur wanders around Gotham City and eventually sees Lee outside his old apartment. But when she finds out he gave up his Joker persona, she rejects him and walks away. Soon after, the police catch up with Arthur and take him back to Arkham. The next day, a young inmate walks up to Arthur and starts telling a joke, but suddenly begins attacking him. As Arthur is hurt, the inmate carves a smile on his own face, laughing wildly. Joker Folie à Deux is a 2024 American movie that meets music with a thrilling story. Directed by Todd Phillips and produced by Warner Bros. Pictures, it continues the story from the first Joker film in 2019, which was inspired by characters from DC Comics. In this sequel, Joaquin Phoenix is back as the Joker, and Lady Gaga stars as his love interest Lee Quinzel. We also see Zazie Beetz and Lee Jill returning to their roles, while Brendan Gleeson, Catherine Keener, Steve Coogan, and Harry Lottie join the cast. Joker Folie à Deux was released in the United States on October 4, 2024. Unfortunately, the movie was a critical and commercial failure. As of October 30, 2024, it made about $201.5 million worldwide, against a budget of $200 million. Variety reported that the movie needed to earn $450 million to break even, while Warner Bros. Thought it would need $375 million. Later, it was estimated that Warner Bros. Could lose between $125 and $200 million from this movie's time in theaters. The overall reaction to Joker Folie à Deux was mostly negative, with audience and critics having mixed feelings. On IMDb, the audience score is just 5.3 out of 10. On Rotten Tomatoes, the audience score is 32% and the critic score is even lower at 31%. Many viewers thought the story didn't move forward enough, saying it felt repetitive and too dark. Although Lady Gaga's performance added some excitement, people felt it wasn't used well enough. Joaquin Phoenix's portrayal of the Joker was seen as strong but a bit one-dimensional. The musical parts of the film didn't impress many, and the storyline was often viewed as too gloomy and hard to enjoy. While some critics liked things like the cinematography, many audience members felt disconnected from the movie, which led to low ratings and not so great recommendations. In conclusion, Folie à Deux sparked a lot of discussions but didn't quite hit the mark for many viewers. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to stay in the loop with all the latest movie buzz. Until we meet again, keep soaking up the magic of the silver screen. See you in the next one.